Hey everybody, my name's McLean, and I want to show you how I dial in my snare drum with some new heads and some pure sound snare wires. This drum right here is a Ludwig 6.5-inch raw brass, and we've got the die-cast hoops on here. This is a really cool drum. And so the first thing we want to do here is check out what we got. So this comes with the regular heads and the regular wires. And I'm gonna wanna swap these out for some new EVANS heads and some pure sound wires. So first thing I'm gonna do is just go around and take the heads off, take the wires off, get the drum down to nothing. So let's do that now. All right. Let's take off the snares. Now we'll take this bottom head off. All right, now we got the drum, this beautiful drum. Let's put some new heads and wires on this thing. The head that I love is the 300 series snare side. Then you're gonna wanna grab your bottom side hoop. Make sure it's the bottom side hoop. It's one of the few times you really need to check which top and bottom are together. And line up this open side where the snares are gonna go through. This is a kind of a unique hoop because it's cut out, but yours will go across here most likely and have an opening for where the snares are gonna pass through. I've done it a million times where I got all excited, put the hoop on, and they weren't lined up where the snare throw off is. So make sure you check that. Now we're gonna just finger tighten all of these. So this to me is very low for a snare side head. You'll see in a second where we're gonna get up to. All right, that's pretty cranked. Let's put these snares on. So this is the 16-strand concert series. So you want to make sure they're centered in the head, right? And I start with the butt plate side first. So if I need to make any adjustments, it's going to be coming from the throw-off side. All right, now one thing you want to do is I pull the tension on this side a little bit and see if this is pulling in any funny way. If it's pulling crooked, I loosen the side that's holding it back a little bit, and I'll give it a little more slack over here. All right, so that's pretty good. Now we're gonna do the throw off side. Loosen these. Now, I tend to pull the lever or your throw off all the way off and pull on it so you have some tension. And then, if you can, sometimes it's a little tricky, finger tighten this. And this is a little bit of a balancing act you gotta do when you first put on your snares. Tighten this. Okay, so I can already tell that they're pretty tight, right? So by flicking this lever down, I can feel the tension. So I'm gonna loosen this. And that should be fine. Yeah, very snappy. So now let's flip over and let's do the top head. All right, the top head I use, Calftone. Love these drum heads. They just seem to work for me and the sound I like in a lot of situations. It could be a funk thing, could be a songwriter thing, even like rock stuff, they sound really nice. And I try to line up, again, pet peeve, with the logo, the EVANS logo. This big heavy hoop on here. These are die-cast hoops, so they're a little bit heavier. It's got a little bit more of a focused sound. I actually use this drum for a lot of backbeat stuff, and it sounds great. And the Calftone I usually keep pretty wide open sounding because of the coating. it's got a little bit more of a nice fundamental. Finger tightening all of this at first. Same thing like I did on the bottom. And then we're just gonna go around and quickly tighten this stuff up. Again, kind of going by feel in the beginning, and then we'll fine tune it in a minute. All right, so I typically am gonna get this up to a tone, and then I'll probably bring it down a little bit. But as you can tell, I'm just going by feel. So now we're getting the sound. So let's go around and listen to this and start to tune it. We're gonna go for like a medium tuning. You can hear pitch differences. All right, let's throw this up with a kit and see how this sounds. That's basically how I get my sound together. This combination of heads with those wires, and you can cover a lot of ground. Sounds pretty awesome for the first tuning, new heads top and bottom. So again, we got a Calftone on the top. We've got the 300 series on the bottom, and we've got the Pure Sounds on the bottom, 16 strand concert, and that's all you need. You're good to go. So check this combination out. I think you'll really dig it. It serves me really well for everything I do. And good luck.